Welcome to the Collector Cave, and today we have a review of Aerith Gainsborough in her dress based off of her time in Final Fantasy VII Remake. And this is the dress she wore during Don Corneo's weekly or daily bridal thing he does. He's crazy in the Undercity there in Midgar. And so they have different versions of Aerith, obviously, the main version and this version. They also have some versions of Tifa, too, with the dresses as well. 3 different versions of Tifa. But I thought, when I played through Remake, I thought this was a stunning piece here. And so I thought I'd pick this up. I really like Aerith a lot as a character. And this dress just turned out great. This figure looks amazing. If we look here, first I'm going to compare the other Aerith, which I reviewed a while back. But you can see here the difference, even in the box itself. This side, this new one, it's much more bright. This is almost more of a muted look, like some type of filter they used. And this is just more like really bright, glittery, beautiful looking box compared to this one. So I thought that was interesting. The boxes are the same width and same height, but depth-wise, the one with the dress is much deeper. And I think because the dress has some sort of train on it that comes out towards the bottom. So they needed that box to be bigger. So much bigger box. But going into the details of this box here, this packaging done by PlayArts Kai, and it's through Square Enix. You see here, we see the Square Enix logo here. And then down in the bottom corner here is the hologram. That this is an official product by Square Enix and by PlayArts Kai. And then down here we see the choking hazard, not for ages 3 and under, and actually it says for ages 15 and up. So that's your disclaimer. And the game came out in 2020. There's the dates there, but I believe this figure was released in 2022. But yeah, here's the Final Fantasy VII logo, Remake logo, Aerith Gainsborough dress version. So we turn the box sideways. You get the same thing on the side there. And then on the back, we get some nice shots of the figure. And you know, while she's limited to some degree with the dress, you can still strike quite a few poses for this figure. So I'm looking forward to trying that. I haven't actually taken the figure out. I did open it when I got it because the face was off, and I wasn't sure if something broke during delivery or something, but it just the faceplate had fallen off. So I have opened it, but I haven't taken the figure out yet. I like to wait for my reviews to do those things when I do the review, to be a surprised, excited, disappointed, whatever it might be, first time opening it for my review. And then there's a black and white version. She does have a second faceplate with the eyes closed, throwing her hands up, smiling. And then there's more of a regal, maybe somber look there of Aerith. And then down below here we have, legalese about Square Enix, the types of plastic that is used in the product over here, and then the UPC. And it's a pretty hefty box. Here's the bottom. There's the bottom. And the figure is available both on BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store, and also on Square Enix North here in America. So if you want this figure, it's still available to get. But if we open this up, as all these PlayArts Kai packages are set to do, there's magnets here that keep it closed, which is a really nice feature. And then here we see the figure comes with 3 extra hands, the extra face sculpt, and then like they do with this translucent looking frosted type of design, we have fireworks here for that night of Don Corneo's choice of brides. He really is such a jerk. If you played the game, you know. But if I zoom in here, I'm not going to read all this, but here it talks about the story of Final Fantasy VII, about the planet, and then down below here, the last 2 paragraphs talk about Aerith and the dress and that whole scene in Final Fantasy Remake down there in Wall Market. And then we have a really nice picture of the figure. So I'm looking forward to striking some of these poses. So again, looking in closer here, we see that extra head sculpt, which looks really nice. There's the one it comes with. 3 extra hands that come on that stand. And the directions do say, or on the website, it does say that if you own the other Aerith figure, which I do, the face plates are interchangeable with both figures. So I really like that they made that availability. So we'll try that. I'll pull the other Aerith figure out and we'll try mixing and matching the face plates. But for now, let's go ahead and get Aerith Gainsborough in her dress out of the packaging and see what she comes with. Okay, and here's some directions about for Aerith, how the face plates change out and the types of hands you can have. There's 3 for the left hand and 2 for the right hand. And then every one of these Play Arts Kai figures comes with a stand. It's always the same for posing the figure, making sure it doesn't fall. And then there's some legalese in different languages about Square Enix. And then here is the figure. And that dress just looks, man, it looks so good, so exquisite. The artist that made this figure really did a good job of capturing Aerith from the moment in that game. And then below her is the stand here. And this is a really thick box. I took off the top cover so you guys can see the figure without the plastic being over it. And then she's got some packaging around her. A lot of this is kind of soft plastic, so this packaging is around her to keep it from sticking together, I think, in maybe a humid climate while it's being shipped or something like that. Let's go ahead and get her out and look at her in better detail. Okay, so here is Aerith unboxed and everything she comes with. As usual, she comes with the stand, with the flight pole, and then 2 clamps. I think in this case, either clamp will work for her. We'll see. I'm going to probably have to use one because she seems like she might fall over kind of easy. She has high heels on, so the dress kind of helps support a little bit, but she still might fall. And then if we look at the hands here, these hands are detailed really nice. They have some nail polish on. The previous version of Aerith does not have any nail polish. So this one they kind of got her dialed up a little bit, you know, for the dress up occasion. And the nail polish looks really good. It looks like they applied it pretty good. You can't see any on the because the fists are closed, the hands are closed. But on the thumbs they got it, and then on this hand on the left they've got every nail polish. So that's kind of cool. And then this head sculpt, which I think turned out really good. She's so happy. She's smiling. Eyes are closed. A great capture of Aerith. I am curious to see if we can change these out between the 2 different Aeriths. How good that hair is going to match to the other version. Because I know these are made in different runs. And those are star earrings that she wore that night. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and look at the figure a little bit closer. We'll start down here at the tail of the dress, or the bottom of the dress. Just really exquisite details here with this dress. I think it turned out really good. There's a lot of plastic here. A lot of plastic being used. If we rotate her, you can kind of see the heels she has on. Her toenails are painted. She has the star anklet on like she did in the game. But yeah, there's a bracelet there. These nails are also painted. She has an armlet up there. You know, nice details on the dress, the coloring. There's her necklace, star pendant necklace. And then here she is up top with her face. And then her hair is, again, done exquisitely with bows wrapped around, 3 separate braids coming down. And that hair is on a ball joint. When we go over articulation, we'll show that. But yeah, really nice look here. Let me put her up on the turntable. So here is Aerith on the turntable, and this is one of the poses that's on the back of the box. Turned out really good. Yeah, it's really nicely crafted figure. I mean, everything about this is just looks really good. Let's zoom in here and get a closer look at some of these details. See her necklace, her hair, eyes, lipstick looks good. Bows in her hair. All of it is done really exquisitely. Very nice. There's the bracelet on her forearm, the dress. And the dress has some ball joints in it, so you can kind of move the dress around. There's her feet, the ankle bracelet. Yeah. Bow on the back, which is kind of like a soft rubbery plastic. Not a lot of hard plastic on this figure. The dress is almost all soft plastic, same with the hairpiece, so you don't damage it. The body, of course, is a harder plastic. Yeah, look at the detail. I think this Aerith turned out better than the other one, honestly. Even though you just see this, you know, in one scene pretty much in the game. Yeah, really nice looking. Let's go ahead and go over articulation now. Okay, so the head is not on a ball joint, which is odd. I'll take it off when I change the faceplate to show you guys, but the head is like on a cylinder and goes into the neck. So you still get, but because the hairpiece is so heavy, you really can't get it to her head to stay looked down because the hair pulls it back. But it does go down, and then it goes up a little bit. Actually, pretty good. And then it does rock side to side. You know, of course, turns all the way. So pretty good look with the hair. Like I said, the ponytails are on a ball joint, but this piece is so heavy that it wants to go back down. But you can twist the hair like it's blowing in the wind, and it does stay. It does stay. That ball joint does hold it. So there's a look right there. Pretty nice. I'm going to actually take the head off for the rest of the articulation. And I'll show you guys. See, you can see it's like a peg system. And it's not the easiest to get in, but there's no ball joint. It just goes in like that. And then the arms go up not quite 90. I could probably force them, but I don't want to. They go forward, go all the way around actually. Get that pose of her arms going up. And then there's a bicep swivel. These shoulders are kind of like clouds. They're done in a way that you have to twist the shoulder part to get them to go up. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which go back all the way. You know, the elbow joint's not the prettiest, but it's okay. And then the hands, like other Play Arts Kai figures, are on a ball hinge, and they're ratcheted as well. So you can kind of hear the ratchet. So there's that. And then she's on her, she's on a ball joint up here at her mid torso. Got a ball joint, so you can get crunch forward, back, and then side to side, and then it twists a little bit. And then this is kind of hard to show, but this dress here is in pieces. So if we flip it over and look, you can see these ball joints here, and then you can twist and move these pieces of the dress to kind of move them straight or to the side, whatever the case may be. And there's a couple of those. So it's got some mobility, up, down, things like that. So pretty neat. And then the legs, it's kind of hard. The same with the back here. The back has also got, well, actually, no, the back is not. There's no ball joints. It's just all glued to this piece right here. So that you need to be careful with. That doesn't come apart. And then the legs, you know, they're on ratchets. They do kick out about 90. And then you really can't kick up because of the dress. Well, you can. They're on 90. If I spin it around, and the knees are double jointed, like that. Again, it doesn't look the best, but it's not terrible, I guess. And the feet are on ratchets and ball hinge joints. And the ratchets are pretty good for this figure, which is nice because it's a heavy figure because of all the plastic in the dress. So those feet, those ankles need to be strong to hold the figure up. So let's go ahead and change out these head sculpts now and see what we can get with the other look. Okay, so like the other Aerith figure, you just pull the face off. It comes apart with the hair there, and then you just place it in. It should lock into place. Not the easiest thing to always do. That one's a tight fit, but it worked. And then there's that head sculpt. So now we take this cylinder and we get it into the neck there. Again, it's not the easiest because there's a ball joint at the top of that cylinder. So it's Kind of wiggle that neck down, and then there we go. There she is with this look. So I'll have to strike some poses here in a second, but you can see what she looks like. Look at that. That's pretty cool. He's having a grand old time. Cloud sees her. He's in shock and awe of how beautiful she is, and she's just giddy over it. That's really cool. Very expressive figure. Let's see what else we can do. All right, and here's Aerith striking a pose, showing off a little bit. Really getting Cloud hot and bothered. But this, this figure, despite the dress and how big it is, actually poses relatively good. This is another pose that's on the website, on BBTS and Square Enix, blogger shot or something. But yeah, it works out good. Zoom in a little bit and see those details again. Face, necklace, the hair. That dress is cut so you can actually get some mobility with the legs to strike some of these poses. Otherwise, it'd be really difficult if the dress wasn't cut or on ball joints like it is here. Her shoes are done good. The anklet's done nice. Yeah, this may be one of the best looking Play Arts Kai figures as far as paint apps. They did a really good job. And I think this is, later in the series here. They did a lot of figures before this one, so I think their quality has gotten better. The QC is probably the best I've seen so far in this figure as well. I don't have any issues out of the box whatsoever with this figure, which is nice. So let's do a comparison now with the other Aerith and see the differences with the faces. So here's a size comparison between the original Aerith and then the one in the dress. And the original Aerith comes in at like 9¼ inches. The one in the dress comes in at 9¾ inches. So those heels that she has actually makes a difference, as it would in real life. So good on Square Enix for getting the heights correct with these two figures. You can also tell here, if I zoom in a little bit, the lipstick is a different color on both these figures. So this one's like a brighter pinkish red, and this one's much more subtle. So they actually use different paint for that as well. There you go. You can kind of see both figures that way. Let's go ahead and change out some of the face sculpts now. All right, well, someone lied because these head sculpts are not interchangeable. Not sure why it says that on both websites, BBTS and Square Enix North. As you can see, the pegs are different sizes, with the original figure on the right and the dress version on the left. And it's the same. You can see this is the one that came with the dress. You can see the peg sizes here, I think. Yeah, it's kind of hard. They don't match up. And neither does the hole here for the face to match up. So a little disappointing. They say that they can be interchanged when they can't. I'm pretty sure the hands can. I haven't messed with the hands, but I don't care about that. I'm disappointed that they said you could change them and you can't. Not that I would have, though, probably, because as you can see in these head sculpts here, she's done up a little differently on the left two than she is on the right. So the left two are the ones that come with the dress version, and the one on the right is just the standard release. So, but still kind of bummed out that you can't change them out, unless I'm doing something wrong. I'm not going to force it, though, because you can't put a round hole in a square peg, right? A round peg in a square hole, whatever it is. And that's what this is here. So a little bit bummed out about that. Let's do a couple more comparisons, though. So here's Aerith next to Barrett, and as I expected, he's much taller than she is, even with the heels on. But those two look pretty cool side by side. There's Aerith next to Sephiroth, and as expected, Sephiroth just towers over her, even in heels. Sephiroth comes in at 11 inches, so he's much taller than Aerith. But boy, pretty cool seeing these two side by side, isn't it? All right, we have one more comparison. All right, and here's Cloud and Aerith side by side. And Cloud comes in at just under 10.5 inches to the top point of his hair. And with the heels, she's at 9 7/8 3/4, 9 3/4, 9.75. So you can see the height difference there, but boy, side by side, these two look pretty good. You can see Cloud, he's just kind of in awe and shock of how beautiful Aerith is. One of the ancients, the last ancient, according to the game, what they say. I'm still in chapter 10, so I haven't completed Rebirth yet. And I played the original FF7, 20 plus years ago. I only played it one time, so I don't remember a whole lot. But boy, these figures are really cool. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. So at the end of the day, is this figure worth it? I think if you're an FF7 fan, if you like the remake and Rebirth, and you like Aerith, absolutely. I like this version of Aerith better than the main version, the one you see in the game all the time. I think the artistry in this figure is really good. I think this is one of the best figures I've seen Player Arts Kai make that I own. I don't have any problems with the QC issues at all, anything like that. The paint apps all turned out good on my copy. The only disappointing thing is that the head sculpts are not interchangeable with the other Aerith figure, even though it says they are. Unless I were to force them, which I don't really want to do because the holes do look like they're different sizes. But you get the second head sculpt, which I think turned out really good. If we zoom in on it, I'm really zoomed in. If we zoom in on it, that's a really cool head sculpt as well. I can't seem to focus on it good. But yeah, it turned out good. But overall, I think this figure is a really nice addition to my collection. I'm not sure how I'm going to display her in the Detolf. I have a Cloud. My Cloud is on the bike currently, and I want to have like a full team together in one shelf. But I might get one of the Tifa's. Tifa has 3 different dress versions. To my knowledge, Aerith only has this one. I might get a Tifa one. All 3 are available still on BBTS and Square Enix North. I'm just not sure which one. But yeah, this has been Aerith Gainsborough dress version from Final Fantasy VII by Player Arts Kai. And if you like what you see, subscribe, like, comment, and we'll catch up with you in the next video.